So what we're doing here is we are reviewing a strategy on how to qualify an appointment with someone that wants to sell their house. And the reason that we go through this type of document is so that you can go into the appointment with confidence, with depth to what their goals are, and the ammunition to close them and take the listing. Because make no mistake, you don't get listings, you have to take them. And so this is a very important part, of the listing process, which is you set the appointment, you then qualify it to really determine if it's someone you want to go on the appointment with. Most agents don't do this because they don't generate enough leads. And so they'll go on everything and anything and then get frustrated as to how hard this business really is. All right. So let's go through what you guys have in front of you. So as you can see in the top right, we have the appointment date and time. So, hey, Summer, I'm really excited to have the opportunity to meet with you tomorrow at 6. And is there a couple questions that I can ask you before I come out? Is that okay? Now, in this section here.
Okay, so this is a second call. Like this is after you have to be.
It doesn't have to be. It could be the moment you set the appointment, you can flow into this conversation. And it could be the next day. It could be a couple hours later. It could be 2 or 3 days later. So there's no rule on when this call or when this has to be done. Ideally, sooner than later, so you don't think you have an appointment that you really don't.
Okay.
So this middle section or this top section, you then put today's date, the day that you set the appointment, who generated the lead, and what the source of the lead is. This is really important in growing a sustainable, duplicatable real estate business, is that you source where all of your leads come from. So if you're calling a for sale by owner, it's a for sale by owner. If it's a friend, you put sphere of influence. If it's an expired, you put expired. If it's an agent that sent you the lead, put agent referral. Do they need to buy, sell, or rent? Is there a referral fee? Yes. If so, to whom? What percent is the referral? And what is that agent's phone number? This is really important so that when it comes to closing, you don't go, oh, shoot, I totally forgot. I got to send a referral out to so-and-so. And then they call you and you're like, oh, I totally forgot. And now you got to go into your bank account to send them money. Systems, models, and tools. So now we're going into the prospect's information. What is their name? What is their spouse's name? Summer, how would you find out what their spouse's name is?
You ask.
That's it. That's it. You ask. The address that you're listing. So this is for the property that they're listing. Their phone number and their email. So any questions so far? No?
No, nothing. Thank you so much.
All right. So now we're diving into the prequal. And I already teased you guys on what that intro is. So Summer, hey, I appreciate you giving me the time to meet with you tomorrow at 3. Before I come out, there are a couple questions that I'd like to ask you. Would that be okay? And they're going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
So if what I say makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident that I can sell your home, are you planning to list your home with me when I come out tomorrow at 4?
Yes.
Awesome. Now, if they say, well, it depends, or I don't know, I like to repeat the question. So, Summer, I can appreciate that. So if what I say makes sense, I mean, you completely understand what I mean, what I'm talking about, and you feel comfortable. I mean, I break everything down. You completely know what you're going to walk away with, what my marketing plan is. You are absolutely comfortable. And you're confident that I'm the best agent for the job. Would you list your home with me tomorrow at 3?
Yes.
Okay, you see how that works?
Yeah.
All right. So then, are you planning on interviewing more than one agent for the job to sell your home? And you ask this question because you want to know who you're going up against. You want to know, if you ask them, so Summer, will you list your home with me? Oh, we want to, but we have 2 more interviews later today. Well, you'd want to know that before you go into the appointment. So tell me, where are you moving to? What we're doing now is we're diving into their motivation. Now, we say tell me again because part of the script in building rapport is to find out where they're moving and why they're moving there. So tell me, where are you moving to? Now, if it's an investment property, you're not going to ask, where are you moving to? You're going to ask, what are you doing with the proceeds? And that's why it's important to know who you're talking to. So tell me again, why are you moving there? Or tell me again, why are you liquidating the house? How soon do you have to be there? Or how soon do you want to liquidate the property? Now, what are your options if the house doesn't sell? Because the last thing you want is to propose a price at the listing table and they say, oh, we'll just rent the property. Or we'll just stay here. You need to know this before you spend hours researching a property.
And would they say that if they don't like the market price that you give them? Like, say they just want like an insane number for their house and you tell them like the whatever the neighborhood is worth and like the specific house, are they going to be like, oh, I'd rather stay here than get that price?
Well, that's what you want to, that's why you want to get it out now. Because then you can prepare how to handle that when you propose the price. You see, when you go into a listing appointment with an unknown, you're in trouble. Like, think of USA soccer. Do you think in the Olympics they scout the other teams?
Yeah.
Do you think if it's a tie game and the other coach does a substitution and the person stands there with the sign and they go, oh, 11's coming in, that they don't know everything about that person?
Yep.
Same thing in real estate. You have to know everything that you're going into the appointment to do, which is handle every objection that can possibly come up, and you're going to get it all out right now. You're not going to handle them. You aren't going to handle the objections. You're simply going to listen to what they're going to be so that you're well prepared for when they bring it up. You've been rehearsing what to say next. So what are the options if the house doesn't sell? Oh, no. We absolutely have to sell this. We have to move in 2 months because of our relocation, and this house has to sell. You got it. Okay. Now for the most important part, the finesse part. So when I see you, how much do you want to list your home for realistically? They'll either answer it or they'll give you some smart response like, well, that's why I'm hiring you. Aren't you the professional? And so if they answer, how much do you want to list your home for? If they answer it, skip the middle, skip the as a professional, and jump right to, so what price won't you go below? But if they
you broke up. Can you repeat?
Yep.
The sentence, beginning of the sentence?
Yep. So if they answer, when I see, so here, answer the question. So Summer, when I see you, how much do you want to list your home for realistically?
I don't know. That's why you're here.
Well, I can appreciate that. And so Summer, as a professional real estate agent, I study homes and prices every day. Therefore, I assume that you will list with me at a price that will cause your home to sell, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what price won't you go below?
200.
There we go. Now I got the number that really matters. Now, give me the answer this time. So when I see you, Summer, how much do you want to list your home for realistically?
I don't know.
Just give me a number.
Above 200.
350.
350, awesome. So what price won't you go below?
300.
Perfect. How much do you owe on the property? So that's just how you go with it. So did you notice how smooth the first one was? You gave me attitude. I said, I'm a professional. I study homes and prices. And then I just flowed. So what price won't you go below? And you naturally gave me an answer. It's the way it goes. It's the way it goes. Now, how much do you owe on the property? What year did you buy the home? The reason we're asking this is we're determining how much equity they have. So if somebody bought the home in 1970, but they owe $300,000, that tells me that they refinanced the house. So now I'm going to gain data on how I can be best prepared to handle that they pulled their equity out, which is why they want an astronomical price, but I can handle that objection now. Just like, so how much you owe on the property? I owe 400. What year did you buy? I bought it last year. Interesting. And so now I can gauge, well, do they have equity in the property? Are they willing to do what it takes to sell? And I'm really being a surgeon and doing my pre-surgical checklist on how to get to the next level, which is list and sell the house. So what year did you buy the home? Have you ever thought about selling it yourself? Will you help finance the home for the buyer, or do you want all your cash out? And 9.5 out of 10 are going to say, I want to cash out. But you ask this because you want to give them an option. Hey, would you hold a note? Now the most important question of them all, my favorite question. Will you please briefly describe your home to me? How they answer this question usually determines their personality style. There are 4 personality styles.
I'm shocked right now.
There is a driver, an analytical, an amiable, and an expressive. And all humans fall into one of the four. And so understanding personality styles will allow you to become more versatile and work with more people, because people want to work with people that are like them. And last time I checked, we're in the business of helping people buy and sell real estate. And so if you're not connecting with people that aren't like you, then you'll only work with 25% of the population. So will you please briefly describe your home to me? A driver will say, why do you need to know that information? Just look it up on the internet. An expressive will not stop talking about their house. They'll say, oh my goodness, it's the best house, it's beautiful, it's this, and the neighbors, and it's great, and blah, 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 and you gotta like tell them to stop talking. And amiable will talk about the schools and talk about feelings and talk about the friends that they've made and have an emotional connection to the house. And the analytical will talk dimensions. Well, the property has 2,222 square feet. The master bedroom is 15 by 14.2. And we added an addition in 1973. And in that addition, we added 1,172. And they're going to give you just details. And based on how they answer, you will then work your presentation to their personality style. Because if you walk into a driver's house and start talking about details and numbers and statistics, and they're going to be like, get out of my house. But if you just go facts and details and numbers and overwhelm them with statistics, and analytical will love you. If you walk in with chocolates and talk about how beautiful the house is and how wonderful the wife is, and go over the top and talk about them, the expressive will love you. And so you learn the versatility of who these people personality styles are based off of question 13. And then, do you have any questions before I arrive? Yeah, what's your commission? Yeah, will you cut your commission? Yeah, will you take a 90-day listing? Write it down. Those will be one of the first questions one of the first things we discuss when I come out. And Summers, so that you know, our meeting should only take between 5 and 25 minutes. Will that be okay? Awesome. Yeah. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 4. So let me